New week for us. To be able to start 3-0 at home is really good for our program, really good for our team with the momentum that we have going right now, offensively and defensively. I feel like collectively we're doing some really good things on both ends. We want to make sure that we continue with the same intensity here this week. Going up to Utah Valley, it's been a while since we've been on the road, but it's going to be a good time for us to go up there playing a really good Utah Valley team. Dan has done a remarkable job with that group, and it is definitely going to be a challenge for us with the different styles defensively, what he does and what he imposes on different teams. His team does a really good job of rebounding, especially on the offensive end, and so it's going to be imperative that we understand, again, what UTA has been doing very well and want to continue to focus on those things. Being able to initiate in transition is going to be big for us, to be able to rebound and limit them to one shot. And then to also understand where our shots are going to come from and being patient against it and being strong and being physical. All those things are going to matter with that being a long game for us that week. And so, like I said, it's a new day. It's a new opportunity for us to get better and not to overlook, where we are and not to get complacent. And so we're just looking to have a good couple of days before we play on Thursday.
So through 3 games in conference play so far, kind of what are some things, positives that you've been seeing on the offensive side of the ball and defensively?
Well, I think the first thing is that we're doing a really good job of getting to the free throw line and converting. I don't know where we are within the conference play. I think we're right up there at the top, but I think nationally, I think that's another thing that, is exciting about our group. And so I think I've been very pleased with that, and that just shows that we have been aggressive defensively, being able to turn people over, but also being able to play off the bounce. And even when people have decided to play us a lot of zone, we've been able to convert, still get to the free throw line and be really, really good at that. I think the second thing that I've been very, very impressed with has been our bench play. I think that, I'll start with Maria Perkins and I'll highlight her. I think that she has shown a lot of improvement for our group, and we got to continue to get that. She's been energy. She's been a spark for us, and that is something that you're going to need as you go through conference play. I think Alexia Goodell has done a really good job of coming off the bench for us too as well. And I talk about this all the time with her and Naya, who've been in my program longer than anybody. She knows where expectations are and just really buying into a role. And so that's been really good. And then obviously with Aspen and Zoe, it's just continuing to give us the looks that we need offensively and defensively. So I expect that to continue to go up as well, as we move forward in the conference play. And then the second thing, I think we've been playing as a team. We've been sharing the ball, and this group has enjoyed playing with each other. I think as we know, as we go throughout the season, I think that that's imperative that you have good camaraderie and good balance from top to bottom, and everybody celebrates their wins and, and their highlights. And I think that that's fun. I think that that's going to carry us over. But we're just getting, good play, good balanced play from everybody. And as I talked about, we got to continue to be a complete team. And I think that's what makes us, a team to challenge, each night, because we could do some different things from top to bottom.
You were right, top in the conference and getting to the free throw line, and you're 15th overall in the country. Can you explain what kind of emphasis or like how we're getting there on a consistent basis? I mean, to be top 20 in the country, pretty impressive.
Yeah, Coach Ross talked about this in the locker room right after our game, and she was saying the team is finally taking on my personality. And, I like to sit here and say I did a good job of doing that when I played in college. But I think that for me is we talk about attacking the rim and being in attack mode. And we've been patient. We've been finishing off of 2 and not a lot of charge fouls called. We've been sharing the ball, being able to kick and drive and kicks. And so I think that's been good. But I think the other thing that goes along with that is that, again, we are knocking down shots. We got to continue to do that, but we're playing inside out and taking those shots. So I do think it makes it very difficult for teams. They got to pick their poison. And when we are able to knock down shots, I think that opens up a lot of things for us, for our team offensively, because, again, we can now attack and we can open up the floor.
You have one of the top 3 scoring offenses in conference. Kind of what are you seeing on the offensive end, and what are you emphasizing?
Well, I think one of the things is that in transition, probably, we're getting out more. Like I said, 1 through 5, either one of them can initiate offense. And I think that makes it tough for a lot of teams to be able to combat that. And so I think that that's where we've been able to excel at, because we've been able to, one, turn teams over, and then two, get out and be able to score early in offense. And if we don't have the early offense, we can flow right into our secondary. And so it's just a challenge every single day. It's just being able to play with that pace. It's fun to play with that pace. They got to push each other and they got to run the floor. But easy opportunities, especially on the road when we know we're not at home and you can't rely on outside shooting a lot. That's going to be imperative that we do the same thing, as we go on the road.
And so defensively, kind of what are you seeing that we're doing on the defensive end? Especially, you were the top shot blocking team last season, and you're continuing that this season, even though you lost the top shot blocker in the conference.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the things that we're able to do is that we can do a lot of different coverages on the pick and rolls. We can switch a lot of times. We can definitely hedge some stuff. We can ice some things. And so when we have the luxury to be able to change up our defenses, I think that helps. We just been very scrappy. I think it starts up there with Kendall and Naya. They, set the tone for us. And then you got Avery and Coy and TC that's in the back of that line that gets to anchor a lot of those different things. They do clean up a lot of our mistakes back there. But, I do. I think it's, like I said, I think Kendall and Naya are probably, one of the tops within our league to be able to defend the ball one-on-one. Because, again, Kendall with her size, as a freshman, and then Naya, as quick as she is and very pesky, pesky little guard that can do some things and disrupt some stuff. So I think that definitely helps us. And like I said, I think Avery and, Coy, who probably sitting in the top 5 within the league that, can erase mistakes, and they can also challenge shots within it. And then also Zoe, that's probably in there as well. So we're just able to, again, when we lock into it, when I challenge them to do it, we're really good. But we know we got to play on both ends of the floor. This team's too good to just rely just offensively. You got to be able to defend on both ends and get to the free throw line and convert to be able to compete for a championship. And that's what we want to do. I'm going to add one more thing to this, too, as well. I think it's important as we talk about mid-majors and players that are, deserve some attention. And I think we need to tag her hoops. We need to, tag with this whole Becky Hammond deal. I think, the list is about to come out. I think we got 2 players with Avery Brittingham and Coy Love that are doing some things that need to be, some attention needs to be brought to them as well within our league. So, we'll continue to keep talking about them, but the stats don't lie. What they're doing for their team right now is big time, night in and night out. So I do think that they deserve some attention with that.